everybody, this is Lynna and you're watching Lynna's Life. And today is day 7? Yeah, day 7 of my water fast. I did modulate it a little bit on the water fast, and I went ahead and did a little bit of coconut water. Yeah, added coconut water. So I'm still technically on a fast, on a water fast. It's just that I add a little bit of coconut. That started about, I think it was Tuesday when Mark um, decided to break his fast, and he started to drink some grapefruit juice and a little bit of fruit and stuff. He eat a little bit of fruit and just a little bit of greens. So he's hanging on the fast idea in support, just to show some solidarity to his wife. And I appreciate it, Mark. Thank you very much. You know I love you. Um, but he's been asking me, so do you want to finish? Do you want to just not do it anymore? And I'm like, I just don't think I'm ready. You know, there's just still too much that I want to accomplish with my fast. And that's just one of those things where now I've just finished day 7, and about four days, 4 or 5 days in, I was just absolutely tired. I couldn't really do much. You know, we slept. The 5th day we slept a bunch, and we were just gonna probably give up. And I said, ketosis kick in quick. You know, ketosis is when the body stops feeding off of the stuff that's in the stomach, and then it starts uh, to start feeding off of fat reserves, and you start losing, you know, maybe like a pound a day or something like that, because your body's not really, it doesn't have any food source in it. So I guess on day 6, ketosis started happening for me, and we even went for a walk, and I feel good. You know, I feel, you know, I'm still, you know, don't have the energy that I would have if I was not fasting, but I'm not like any worse for wear with regards to wanting food and stuff like that. One thing that happens is that when you do fast for an extended amount of time, you end up really valuing what you want to put into your body, you know, what you want to eat, what you want to, you know, make count for you. Because honestly, nutrition and living a healthy lifestyle is really built on that. You know, you have to value what it is that you put inside your temple, what you put inside the body that you have been given to steward over. And a lot of times we put just the junkiest junk in there, and we wonder why we feel bad. And honestly, the biggest reason is because we're not taking care of it. So I would highly recommend, I know that most people wouldn't want to fast on water alone. You're like, oh my gosh, how can I do it if it's like one day I want to eat, you know, and I feel like I'm just going to fall over and keel over. Well, I guarantee you, you won't keel over. You may be tired for like 3 days, you know, or 4 days, or even 5 days, but sooner or later, you know, your body does adjust, and that's a cool thing. And the other thing that's happening is that I had that case of ringworm, so that really made me want to, you know, get my insides cleaned out, because I've had, you know, susceptibility to candidus, which is like fungal infection kind of thing. It sounds gross, but a lot of people, or most people, I venture to say, have it. You know, like if you have a runny nose, if you have like a distended belly and stuff like that. If you feel, you know, just kind of sick sometimes and you don't know why, and you go to the doctor and they don't tell you why. They don't really treat the actual cause. They treat symptoms. And I'm just finding out a lot of things about, taking care of yourself and trying to, make sure that you're taking care of the body that you have. And I've had candidas, and I've had candidas, but I've been dealing with this fungal ringworm thing that started, a couple weeks ago, I guess now. But it's not been a couple, but it's been a while. It's finally kind of settled down. It's dried up, and I've got a scab here and stuff, and finally it's starting to clear itself out, and I just don't want it to come back ever again. So I'm doing what I can to make sure that my body kind of clears itself out of being, you know, capable of catching this kind of infection and closing the holes up in my immune system. The back of my head still has scabs in the back from, because it kind of blistered up back there. It was kind of painful for several days. And although the hair salon hasn't really taken any responsibility, I have reported them to the Better Business Bureau, to the Cosmetology Board here in Florida, and I've written a review on their website, Facebook page actually, and they responded and said that I was lying or something. It's like, as if. But gone are the days where the customer can have any kind of benefit of the doubt at all. But that's going in the past here, and it's getting behind us, and we're moving forward and trying to get to the next step. Lately, we've just kind of been just taking it easy, because when you're fasting, you can't really exert a ton of energy. You have to take it easy. So that's what we've been doing, and it's been a good fast. It's not just one of those things that clears you out physically of food, but it also works on your emotions. It works on your mental sharpness and awareness, which we noticed like in this show that we did with S.J. Miller here just an hour ago or a couple hours ago. We were just sharp, mentally just had it, and we're aware, and it's really nice, just to see when you see the benefits, just another benefit of fasting. Again, you don't really need to do it if you want to lose weight and stuff like that. I definitely don't recommend fasting to lose weight, because the benefits of fasting far outweigh just losing fat or weight. How about losing emotional fat? How about losing spiritual weight and things that have carried on inside you for like maybe decades of time? It's been, that's what fasting is like. It really does open up that ability for you to just be very introspective and to really take a really good, hard look at what is going on, not just with the outside you, but with the inside you. And that's something that I would say everyone should at least do, once in their life. Just go on a nice long fast and try to clean yourself out emotionally. The things that you feel like you can't handle things, and you're struggling with your self-esteem, and you're struggling with your value, you're struggling with purpose and awareness of who you are as an individual. I would highly suggest that you just lay off of food and let your body start to talk to you in ways that you've never really heard it talk to you before. You'd really be amazed at what you find out, because these things are eye-opening. And although it's not going to bring you every answer to life, it's not like, this great massive turning point. It is a great way to assess where you are in your life. If you have a major decision or something, for instance, fast, so you can get your mind clear so that you can make these decisions that you need to make with a good, understanding of what you need to do. A lot of times the universe really does open up the ability for you to understand things by fasting. So I'm going to keep on doing it until my body and my mind, and most importantly, my spirit says, okay, we're good. Until that time, it's like I tell Mark, it's like one day at a time. I can't really say if I'm gonna do my fast tomorrow, but I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna see how I feel, and at that point, I'll just decide then. And then if it carries on to the next day, then I'll do it the next day the same way. And I think that that's a good way to actually live life. You really don't have any guarantees. Nothing's ever like a granted. Life is, what you make of it, and every second that you make of it is the second that you have right now. You don't have the second, 30 seconds from now, but you have the second right now to make a difference. And that works for anything in life. So that's how I'm just kind of processing. This is how I'm getting through. People are probably like, how in the world are you doing it? I mean, I know there were people on my YouTube channel that were saying, how can you do this? I applaud your courage and your stick-to-itiveness and stuff like that. But I could not possibly do a 7-day fast. It's like, hey, I didn't think I could either. And one day turns to two, two turns to three, and then so on. And it's just, what happens. So we just go with what we know and what we have at the moment. And believe me, I am so excited to be able to get back to eating. Of course, it'll be wonderful. And it's just going to be an incredible experience because, who doesn't love food, right? But eating the right kind of food is crucial. And after you fast, you realize what kind of food is really important to put in the body and what kind of food really does serve no purpose. It shouldn't even be categorized as food, really. So being able to get back to eating oranges and bananas and strawberries and avocado and lettuce and, all the different vegetables and all the different, things that bring life to your body, to your mind, to your spirit, to your emotions is going to be incredible. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to when the time comes. Right now, Mark is really, enjoying having, a slow go at getting reacquainted with, eating. We bought some watermelon and we bought some grapes. So he's been having like maybe a slice, each day or something. And he said that just having just that has been really wonderful for him to be able to, just to savor the goodness of fruit, because fruit is really like food from the sun. It's like it comes from the sun, it's nourished from the sun, and it's eating life. And eating vegetables is eating life, because what comes from the sun is life. The rays shine on the food, on the plants and stuff, and it causes these miraculous things to, create these incredible gifts that we have, that we call fruit, that we call vegetables. And you can't find that at the grocery store in the aisles that have these boxes of like prepackaged things that people have mistakenly called food, and because it's not food, it's artificial food is what it is. I mean, I remember one time I was reading the back of the package of gummy bears, for instance, because I used to be huge gummy bear fan, and the back of the package had like the ingredient carnauba wax, food dye. It's like, and I remember thinking, gosh, I thought this was food, even like fruit snacks. It's like, blue color number 5 or something. It's like, this isn't food, people. The reality is that most of what we eat in our American diet is not even food. It's an imposter. And when our body, says enough is enough, that stuff kind of like rots inside our guts, and we wonder why we get cancers and things like that. And we think that cancer is a bad, thing to get, but it's actually our own body trying to protect the rest of our body from dying. So it creates these little compartments that house these bad cells and things, and they're called tumors. And these tumors, are built by our own body to protect us. And we think that they're the enemy. But the enemy is really not the tumor. The enemy is what we've been doing to make that body react that way, so that the tumor actually develops in the first place. So we need to attack the source, and that is taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, exercising, and these things won't even happen. It's amazing what I'm learning. It just blows my mind, because I never thought that, my dad died of cancer back in 2005. He had colorectal cancer, and directly tied, I believe it was directly tied to his habit of enjoying eating red meat and eating whatever he felt like eating. Because I am convinced that if he would have eaten food that was nourishing, that was good for his body, he would never even have come down with cancer. And, it's more incentive for me to live right and to live the right way, and to understand these concepts so that I don't make the same mistake. Because a couple of years ago, I thought, okay, I got the exercise thing down. I'm running sometimes 15 miles, sometimes 7, rollerblading 40 miles, 20 miles, and I thought, okay, at the end of the day, I can just eat whatever I want because I've taken care of my body. Well, no, it doesn't work like that. The biggest hindrance is killing that metabolism. So what we try to do now is we run, we exercise, we do things to stimulate our body to become more fit. But then after that, we make sure that we put into the body what it needs, what it has to have for fuel. And I tell you, it's been great. I'm down to 165. I was weighing 176 when I first started the water fast. Weight will come back. Metabolism does slow down, so that it doesn't burn as much fat. So if I was to get off this water fast and start, eating, first of all, I would possibly be, in a hospital. But second of all, the metabolism slows down. So I have to retrain my body now. After when I get off this fast, I have to retrain it to bring the metabolism back up to speed so that the body can then start burning calories efficiently. Right now, it's like in this dormant state. And after I get off this fast, I'll be able to slowly regain my metabolism and start, eating the right kind of foods. And Mark's really excited. I'm really excited because we have so many plans to, come up with all these different recipes for raw vegan eating and things of that nature and stuff. And it's just going to be so exciting. We're going to do some cooking segments on our YouTube channel, and we're going to just, go to town with it. We're going to buy a food processor or a blender. We're going to start really making, some real impacts into eating right, living right, and feeling right. So we're really excited. I'm really excited. And I can't wait to get off this fast when my body tells me, okay, it's time. But for now, I'll let you know about possibly what happens on day 8. See you guys. Love you. Bye-bye.